Good morning, everyone, or grand rising. I hope everyone is doing well. It's me, Fatima, all the way from the Gambia. I hope you're doing well. I'm out here for a morning walk with my grandbaby, and we're just out here enjoying the scenery, the beautiful blessings that Father Yah has put before us. A lot of people are building around us, so if you hear some noises, that's because there's houses going up. But today, I wanted to come to you to give you a little bit of information, something that I discovered. I didn't discover it. We've been knew this, but now they are starting to announce it. So I want to show you this video clipping. I want you all to leave your comment. Tell me, what do you think of what you just seen? But before we do that, just to let you know, if you want to support this channel, go ahead to blackwomennetworking.com. There you'll find some books that I have made on Amazon. And also, we still have consultation available for you. And my African activity book for kids. And just to let you know, I have started. I am a shipping agent. Yes. Thinking about moving, thinking about relocating. It might be time to go. It might be time to go after you hear this. Okay? All right, so you all check out this announcement that that just came out. And I'll even put the link down to where I originally got this announcement from, so that way you can see the video in its entirety. Leave your comment. Let me know what you think. Check it out.
These are Jacob, Joseph, Moses, Jesus, all shared the same language, which is the South Arabian language spoken by southern Misr, Abyssinia, and Yemen. Since all the prophets come from the lineage of Adam, these are they on whom Allah bestowed favors from among the prophets of the seed of Adam. Then do not forget that Adam is the father of humanity, and that scientists have proven that the Abyssinian highlands is the cradle of humanity, as they found there the very first human being to walk on the surface of the earth, according to DNA tests. They proved that the origins of humanity were black. Search in the Torah or the Abyssinian highlands for the book written in organized lines on an unrolled goat skin. You will find the secret in this book. In the heart of the Abyssinian highlands, the Torah, and inside of the city of Aksua, now called Aksum in Tigray, the oldest Bible on earth has been discovered. The writing is organized in fine letters in the Abyssinian language Ge'ez, a South Arabian language, as if it was written by a typewriter, and in beautiful colors as if it was written recently. While its pages are straight and not flipped, the pages of the Bible are made from dried goat skin, or rek as it is called in Arabic. This is very significant because the skin of the goat, or rek, is an organic material that contains carbon atoms, which can be recognized by radiated carbon testing to clearly identify the age of the document. According to these tests, it is the oldest Bible in the world, dating back to 330 AD, or more than 2,000 years. The local monks believe that this book holds magic properties. It has been preserved as one book without any damage or deterioration to the beauty of its writings and colors over time. Despite the Italian colonization of Abyssinia and a fire in the church, the book is still perfectly preserved. You'll find in this book 3 important pieces of information. First, the Jerusalem Temple is located in the Abyssinian highlands. First, the Jerusalem Temple is located in the Abyssinian highlands.
The Jerusalem Temple is located in the Abyssinian highlands.
The Torah. The theologians Judas Mackenzie and Francis Watson have deciphered the oldest Bible, the Bible of the Abyssinian highlands, the Torah. And while exploring the pictures in the Bible, they came across a very famous one that's present in every Bible throughout history, the picture of the Jerusalem Temple. And to their surprise, this picture of the Jerusalem Temple is the Abyssinian Temple. The picture of the Abyssinian Temple is well known for its square, wide-framed, blind windows subdivided by a cross that are later found on the rock-cut churches at Lalibela. Second, in this book, which has been proved by carbon dating to be the oldest Bible on earth, is a picture of Jesus as a dark-skinned person with curly dark hair, and not the Caucasian that is present in many other churches. Also, the pictures of Mary show her as a dark African woman, different from the pictures of Mary elsewhere. the Holy Family started from the south, from Abyssinia, passing through Sudan by the valley of the Nile up until it reached Asyut in Egypt as we know it today. The Holy Family established the first worship place, which is now known as the Church of Miriam in Deir al-Mareh in Asyut. It is not a surprise that this church now holds significant status around the world because it is the only church built by Jesus himself and is obviously considered a tourist attraction. The Holy Family lived in Asyut for 6 months and 10 days, which is considered the longest time they spent in one place during their journey in Misr, which means Egypt plus Sudan, and until the Abyssinian highlands where the River Nile originates. The essence of the problem is replacing this in recent Bibles with Egypt as we know it today. Hence, the journey of the Holy Family had to follow the borders of Egypt, which restricted the journey to start at Palestine, passing through the Sinai Desert in northern Egypt, ending in Asyut, and a return journey from Asyut to Palestine. It also becomes difficult to comprehend how the Holy Family managed to travel through the hardships of the deserts in Sinai and Palestine on the back of donkeys, instead of believing that they'd had a seamless journey along the Nile Valley, passing through greenery and fertile lands with abundant water and crops in their paths from Abyssinia all the way to Asyut. The Vatican's narrative around the Holy Family's journey from Palestine to Asyut might not be as convincing as the story documented in the oldest Bible, written more than 2,000 years ago and preserved in the Abyssinian highlands, Torah. This book, which has been proved by carbon dating to be the oldest Bible on earth, states that the trip started from Abyssinia all the way to Asyut, and back to Abyssinia, back to Abyssinia, back to Abyssinia. Precisely, it's stated where it ended at the land of Tana in the Abyssinian Tour.
If you search on Google Earth, you will find that the front wall of the Church of Mary in Asyut is perpendicular to the northern corner of the Temple of Yah, Beit el-Maqdis, where the Ark of Covenant was preserved in the city of Aksua, now called Aksum in Tigray. Following this tradition, churches everywhere are supposed to face the Temple of Yah. The fact that the Bible that is preserved in Abyssinian highlands, the Torah, goes back to more than 2,000 years ago proves that it is the original biblical source. The original biblical source. The original biblical source.
What if I tell you that the Yah Temple is the actual place that used to hold the true Ark of the Covenant before it was moved to the Church of St. Mary of Zion in Ethiopia? This church is surrounded by tight security. No one is allowed to approach it except for one priest who spends his life inside and has to be a descendant of Prophet Solomon. The Yah Temple is the sacred house, Bayat al-Muqaddas, that people raised on the Tour, the Abyssinian highlands, referring to the house frequented, or al-Bayt al-Mamur, before the rise of Islam and Christianity. So what is this Tabut, or Ark of the Covenant? The Ark of the Covenant is the most important religious artifact for the three monotheistic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. For Muslims, it is called Tabut al-Sakina, or Ark of Tranquility. It was mentioned in the Quran in verse 248 of Surat al-Baqarah. And further their prophet said to them, a sign of his authority is that there shall come to you the Ark of the Covenant, the Tabut, with an assurance therein of security from your Lord, and the relics left by the family of Moses and the family of Aaron, carried by angels. In this is a symbol for you, if ye indeed have faith. The key question here is, where is the Ark of the Covenant? Where is the chest that contains the stone tablets of the Ten Commandments? Its current location is the Church of St. Mary of Zion in Abyssinia. And as we mentioned before, it was previously held in the Yah Temple, which is also referred to as Beit al-Muqaddas. It's pertinent here to further examine the reasons we believe that the Yah Temple, or Beit al-Muqaddas, is the sacred place that preserved the Ark of the Covenant. Beit al-Muqaddas is an Abyssinian Ge'ez word, meaning the place of worship where you put the Ark of the Covenant, the Tabut. Yah Temple was the place that preserved the Ark before it moved to its current location. As for the area that is called Bayat al-Maqdis, that we know in Palestine right now, it was not called that during the time the Muslims entered Egypt. This area was called Il-Iliyah, and the proof lies in the covenant of Omar ibn al-Khattab, the second caliphate to Prophet Muhammad. When Muslims entered Palestine, Omar established this covenant with the indigenous population, which is known as the Covenant of Omar, and it has been saved until now as an official artifact that shows the tolerance of Muslims with their neighbors. In this covenant, Omar offered security and protection to all the residents of Palestine after the lands were opened by Amr bin al-As and Abu Ubaidah bin al-Jarrah. Omar wrote in his covenant, "In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate, this is the assurance of safety which the servant of God, Umar, the commander of the faithful, has given to the people of Elia. He has given them an assurance of safety for themselves, for their property, their churches, their crosses, the sick and healthy of the city, and for all the rituals which belong to their religion. Their churches will not be inhabited by Muslims and will not be destroyed. Neither they nor the land on which they stand. Archaeologists in Mariam, house of Mary, Biet Maskal, house of the cross, Biet Denagal, house of virgins, and Biet Golgotha Michael, house of Golgotha Michael. The southern side of the Jordan River is the location of Biet Emmanuel, house of Emmanuel, Biet Kedes Mercurius, house of the Saint Mercurius, Biet Abba Libano, house of Abba Libanos, Biet Gabriel Raphael, house of Gabriel Raphael, Biet Lechem, house of Holy Bread, and Biet Georgis, house of St. George. So what does this have to do with Jerusalem? Well, all the churches' names that you've just heard in one of the most sacred cities in the heart of Abyssinian highlands surrounding the Jordan River are the same exact names of churches currently in the city of Jerusalem. Would this make people say that Lalibela city, located in the heat of the Abyssinian highlands, is called the New Jerusalem, since it was copied from Jerusalem or Shalem? That's not the reality. The reality, based on what archaeologists have found during an excavation, is that these buildings go back centuries before Christ. In other words, this is the old Jerusalem and not the new one that Solomon himself built as specified in the Torah. This proves the verse in Holy Quran which says the first sanctuary appointed for mankind was that of Bakra, means Kaaba, a blessed place, a guidance for the peoples. These temples in Jerusalem, in the heart of the Abyssinian highlands, have been the center of pilgrimage for Abyssinian Christians since the very old ages until now. They differ from Coptic or other Christian denominations in that during their pilgrimage they wear white, exactly like Muslims. Interestingly, they also do not eat pork, and, as mentioned before, their prostration is similar to Muslims. It's worth noting that the pilgrimage to the churches performed by the Abyssinians took place even before the revelation of Islam, because in Surat al-Fil it tells us the story of the army of the Abyssinian Abraha that was commanded by the Abyssinian king at the time to demolish the Kaaba so that people would not perform pilgrimage to the Kaaba and would stay away from it and would instead go to Abyssinia. He wanted to confirm to the Arabs at the time that Abyssinia is the Qibla, direction of prayer, and the center of pilgrimage is not the Kaaba in Mecca that was surrounded by idols at the time. Another important piece of information is that Christianity entered all Africa, including Egypt, through European colonization of the African continent. But Abyssinia was different, as Christianity was there before Europe. Now let's summarize a few things we've learned and apply them to what we know to make better sense of this knowledge. Since Israelites are from Bedouin Yemen, the southern Arabian peninsula, they're a dark-skinned population, which establishes that Jacob and Joseph also had dark skin. And since Moses was born to Israelite parents, then Moses was dark-skinned. Now, Beit al-Maqdis, Jerusalem, and Bethlehem are on the Abyssinian highlands, where Moses settled with the Israelites, and then Jesus, who was sent as a prophet to the Israelites after Moses was born in Bethlehem in Abyssinia. This establishes that Jesus was dark-skinned, born to Mary, a dark-skinned mother. Jesus was not a European person with blue eyes, straight hair, and Caucasian features, as featured in many of today's churches. It's obvious that all those prophets, including Jesus, had very dark skin and their hair was black and curly. They had a southern Arabian Abyssinian type of feature because, as the Quran said, offspring, one of the other, and God is hearing, knowing. And another verse, God chose Adam, Noah, the family of Ibrahim, and the family of Imran above the nations, offspring, one of the other, and God is hearing, knowing. Jacob, Joseph, Moses, Jesus all shared the same language, which is the South Arabian language spoken by southern Misr, Abyssinia, and Yemen. Since all the prophets come from the lineage of Adam, these are they on whom Allah bestowed favors from among the prophets of the seed of Adam. Then do not forget that Adam is the father of humanity and that scientists have proven that the Abyssinian highlands is the cradle of humanity, as they found there the very first human being to walk on the surface of the earth, according to DNA tests. They prove that the origins of humanity were black. There are many facts in life that we take as a given. If you ask your average Azriel, Joe, or Mo about verifying these facts, they probably won't know how to. But that said, if you try to shake the history that's passed to us through generations, we can easily get offended. Our goal here in There Is No Clash, though, is to question, apply logic, and seek authentic explanations of things that we currently take for granted. Based on our research, there is compelling evidence that Abyssinia is the land of the prophets, all the way from Adam to Isa. It is where we have Al-Tur, or the Tower Plateau, and the Temple of Yeha, Beit ul-Maqdis, or Al-Beit al-Mamur, in the Abyssinian.
So tell me, what do you think about that, what you just heard? Yes, they actually admit that Moses, Jesus, Isaac, Jacob, Adam, they were all black. And actually, it looks like life started, like it shows that we all knew, life started in Ethiopia. In Ethiopia. And here's another discovery that I have not been able to play the video on this. I got to find the video. When it shows that Moses crossed over the Red Sea, it might not have been the Red Sea, y'all. It might have been the Reed Sea, which kind of explains where the Israelites end up being. And to even think that the name Jerusalem, they just renamed a city, another city, Jerusalem. And now the Jerusalem we all know today is not the Jerusalem that's probably spoken about in the Bible. So everything is out of Africa. Wow. We knew that. They're just now discovering it. Or they're just now admitting it. Oh my gosh, this is all coming. Oh my gosh, the truth is coming out. Praise Father Yah. But leave your comment below. Y'all give this video a like. I'll leave the link to where I got the information down into the details, okay? Or you can just see the full video on my website, the AfricanConnect.com, theafricanconnect.com, and you'll be able to go out there and see the full video. All right? Okay, y'all. Fatima out. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. If you're not a subscriber, click the subscribe button so that way you could be notified of our upcoming videos.